The Chrysler K is a pretty strong tier 8 heavy, and in my opinion it actually breaches the overpowered category. This tank has a top speed of 40 and a power to weight closer to mediums rather than heavies. And when you pair that with some of the best armor on a tier 8 with now pretty good penetration after the changes, it's just a really good tank in general and easily one that's going to dominate in the battlefield. And then we have the TS60, and it's very similar in terms of looks to the Chrysler K. But how does it play? Well, the best way to describe it is you shaved armor off of the sides and you put it on the gun. See, this vehicle features an incredibly dangerous gun. It's got 2,740 DPM with Cali. It has really good pen, 260 on the standard, 330 on the gold, 380 damage per shot. All those values are great. It features 7 degrees of gun depression. It's actually more over the front of the vehicle than the Chrysler K has, but less over the sides, which is weird. But it's still plenty of gun depression. And it reaches a top speed of 30 rather than 40 with quite a bit worse power to weight. The question is this a better or worse tank than the Chrysler? Personally, I think this is better. And I think the Chrysler is already in like the OP category, but I think the TS60 in a decent player's hands is ridiculously dangerous. First of all, it has 70% camo when using Camo Net, which means that this actually has really good camo. I mean, you can easily sit in a bush and not worry about being spotted, which is goofy because this is not a tank you would expect to have good camo values. It's huge, and it's a big American heavy style vehicle. So with the good camo, it actually means you can do a lot of things that other tank destroyers closer to that of, you know, 268 would be able to get away with. Not only does it have really good camo values, but as I said, it's got a really good gun, plus pretty good armor. Its upper plate is actually very strong, and its turret is also very, very sturdy. So, in general, it has good armor, it has really good DPM, and it's just a really, really nice tank in every aspect. I mean, mobility is not great, but it does have a good power to weight, as we can see. I'm chilling at 30, really no matter what, so I actually really like the TS60. I think a lot of people underrate this tank. It's not talked about too much. Its turret is not fully traversable, though. That is one thing I should mention. We're just going to make our way up this hill, and then we should hopefully be able to slam a shell. Unfortunate. I mean, does it matter? No, dude's dead anyway, so it's just a little sad I didn't get a bit of damage out into that smasher. I always find it funny, though, when people think they can cross that opening. They seriously think, oh, I'll get away with it. Yeah, you did not get away with it. Well, let's aim it on the Progetto, and there you go. Easy shot right into his tank for 347. Not too bad at all. Got the VK-45 in the back. We're going to aim it on his tank, and there you go. 386 didn't go exactly where I wanted it to, but a pen's a pen. And as I said, the camo values are really good on this vehicle. We did not get spotted from that, which is rather surprising. Now, the gun, it's kind of mid on its accuracy. I won't be the first to tell you that. It will miss a lot of shots, but that's mainly because it's not meant to fully be camped with. You're kind of meant to frontline in this vehicle. However, I don't really see any reason to frontline in this game when I can sit here and I can just kind of chill, bleed out the enemy from a distance. I mean, we've already done 1,500. This is what I love about the tank. You're literally driving a heavy with a tank destroyer gun and TD camo values. So you can push in whenever you want and play it really aggressive. But at the same time, you have the full right to camp as a tank destroyer and use that high DPM and good alpha damage to work. And that's what we've done so far here. I mean, we've gotten good bleeds. We've helped out our team a decent amount. I know that the Progetto is on the wide there, and he's probably going to outspot me. Oh, I did not see that. However, we'll just shoot the Borsig. Going to load an HE. He is running Spall, but I don't think it matters too much. Again, look at that. We're not spotted right now. That's crazy if you think about it. We get another shell into the Borsig, bringing what was a fairly healthy tank destroyer down to very little health at this point. And we're going to move up, see if we can get any more damage out. I mean, we haven't even gotten spotted yet. I mean, that's crazy. We literally have not gotten spotted yet. So we see the Type 62 all the way wide. We're moving up as quickly as this tank will allow me, which is not very fast, albeit, but we're still moving up. We have the Type 62. Oh, there's the Progetto. Let's aim it on his tank, and there you go. Nice 387 shot into his vehicle. We're up to 2,600 damage now. That's all very good. And we have the Type 62. There you go. 390 high explosive into his tank. Bit of a low roll, to be honest, for an HE, but still a pretty good shot. And that leaves only 2 tanks left, the Scepter and the Borsig. Now, the Borsig is still probably up top there. I really don't care, though, because we're just going to push the Scepter. We're going to get a nice little juicer of 360. And yeah, I mean, there you go. Very, very easy win to say in any situation here. Ah, imagine if that had hit. But yeah, pretty good first battle. And I think this was actually a great game to showcase the camo and kind of camping playstyle that this vehicle has. I mean, sure, the gun's not the most accurate, but if you really want to camp in a tank like this, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you did want to, you can put Refined on it, and you can sit at the back of the map. I'm running V-stabs because you'll see me playing a little more aggressive, and this tank does have rather mediocre on movement values. You saw that when we were aiming at the Progetto. Takes a bit of time to aim in. I'd rather have a bit faster of an aiming time and start aiming in sooner rather than have a better base dispersion. But there you go. First game, 3,367 damage. See, the thing that I love about this tank is that the Chrysler K, its one downside is that it just doesn't have that much damage per shot. It's only 310. If you're loading gold, it's like 270. It's just not a lot of DPS. But this tank with 380 actually chunks. And it means that you don't really have to worry about getting out-traded in this vehicle. And with only an 8.3 second reload as well, it's just great because you out-reload any 400 alpha gun and you out-penetrate any heavy and you have armor still. It's just a great combination. And as I said, it just allows this vehicle to feel very, very flexible. So we are going to make our way... We're going to go towards the heavy route, and we'll see what happens. I do not like going wide A, to be honest. I just hate going to that side of the map. I would much rather go over here, even if I don't have much support from my team. And the reason why is this bush is actually great. It gives you a lot of distance between far heavy corner and where we currently are. And because I don't usually worry all too much, so we just chill in the spot, especially because we have a turret. We can just kind of wait here, and we should be fine for most situations. That shell went way too high. But again, because we have very good camo values, we don't even need to worry about being spotted or anything like that. You have the Chimera, and oh, the accuracy, though, as I did mention, is rather poor on this vehicle. So again, something you will have to keep in mind. Well, we do get shot by the IS-5 through the turret cheek with a premium shell. A little unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. And we're going to chill here, and let's see, we got the Annihilator. There you go. Nice little shot. We are kind of in a bad situation, though. We got the Chimera on us, which is not what I want. Chimera misses me, which is pretty good. IS-5's moving up. Let's aim it on his tank, and there you go. 380 damaging shell. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to move over here. We're going to angle our tank up. Then we're going to aim it on the IS-5 again, and bonk. There you go. We got a good bounce from the Chimera. Look at that. Armor's working very well on this tank, as we can see. And that's really, really good. It's what you obviously want in any tank. So we're getting bounces. We're doing our job. However, we did get a hatching shot, which killed our commander from that Lorraine, but he's dead. So I think we still won that trade, if I'm going to be completely honest. We got shot by the Chimera, though. It looks like he was able to overmatch our sides or something like that, which is not great. But I mean, we basically single-handedly held the entire enemy team at this point, which is pretty good if you ask me. So let's aim it on the Chimera. There you go. 346 damaging shell. Pretty good stuff. And now we reload. Let's see. Let's see what ends up happening here. I mean, if the Chimera pokes me, we'll get another shell out. We also have the Progetto over here. There you go. 390. Ah, he manages to get our lower plate. You can see that there. But we did good. I mean, we were in a tank destroyer holding basically the entire enemy team with just help from a 252U. The rest of our team, like, what are these guys doing here, bro? What am I looking at? So I really can't get too mad. And I mean, even the 252U, he was way behind me. We were really the only one taking shots for the team. We blocked a lot of damage. We did a decent amount. And in general, this is why I think the TS60 is an incredibly solid heavy. It's not really a heavy, but it kind of is. It really just gets away with whatever it wants to be, as long as you know its limitations. And there you go. We did obviously finish off with a win. A pretty solid win at that. I think we did at least like 2,300 damage, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty solid stuff. Let's take a look at the post-game results. Yeah, 2,600 damage, and we blocked 1,150, which is decent. There you go, second on the team. So yeah, I actually really like the TS60. I think the gun is great. I think the armor is pretty solid for a tank destroyer, and it can kind of do the role of a heavy. It can do the role of a tank destroyer, and I really like the tank. So personally, this is not a bad vehicle to pick up. Now, I will say the only way to get it currently is with this like event where you need to spend all of your tokens on it. So at that point, it is a little expensive. But in general, I think the TS60 is a very fun vehicle, and one that is kind of overlooked. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.